Happy Friday, everybody in North Central Washington. Happy Friday to everybody in the Wenatchee Valley. Happy Friday to everybody everywhere. It's Friday, that magical day, the 18th day of January 2019. And boy, what a difference a day makes. I mean, 24 hours ago at this time, it was snowing to beat the band. There were all kinds of accidents during the morning commute, especially between 7 and 8. In fact, kind of a wrap-up of yesterday morning's rather nasty commute will be our top news story when we get to the news here. In just a couple of minutes, we'll talk about sports. Lots of sports cancellations in the world of prep sports yesterday because of difficult travel conditions. We'll talk about that when we get to sports. We also have the obscure holiday birthdays today in history. Everyone is entitled to Mike Magnotti's opinion, and yesterday afternoon, our friends from the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center dropped by to pay me a visit. Kristin Lodge has a brand new job. She started it at the beginning of the year. She's the new Director of Development and Communications for the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center, and also Ashley Sinner, a regular contributor to this program, was dropped by as well. They got a big thing going on, of course, tomorrow at the museum, pretty much all day. It's the MLK Multicultural Festival going on at the museum tomorrow. We'll talk about that during the conversation portion of this program. I'm Dan Kuntz, your host. It is Friday. That means five-star show, a five-star show. You know how it works around here. We're here on Monday, and we work, but we don't work real hard. Tuesdays are a lot like Mondays. Wednesday, we start getting our act together. Thursday, we bear down a little bit. We lean forward. And then on Friday, we give you a five-star show or double your television viewing pleasure back. How's about that? And the weather forecast is actually rather benign. Not a lot going to be happening on. We are going to get some precipitation tonight into Saturday, but it's going to be rain, no snow. The snow is going to be confined to about the 3,500-foot level and above that. So we're in for some warm and wet weather coming up this weekend. So if you're ready and I'm ready, let's take you around the valley, courtesy of Localtel's Sky-Fi high-speed wireless, and our old friend is back, the cross camera. It was on the fritz for, I don't know, about a week or so. It just wasn't working. It's working now, though, and we'd like to see that. That's good. It gives an idea of the clouds and the fog that we're dealing with, but it's fairly mild. It's 32 degrees already outside of our studios with clouds and fog. Yesterday's high, by the way, 35, exactly normal, and we've already had a considerable amount of snow melt, and we're going to see more of that today, and especially later on this afternoon and tonight with the rain in the forecast. Megan is in control. She's going to say, let's go see what's happening at the Rondo Rock camera. You can see the headlights on your far left. That's US 2, US 97, as people head up on the Douglas County side of the river, heading on up to Waterville and Orondo and places up north. To your right, you can see the lights of Rocky Reach Dam, and tucked behind Turtle Rock is the Wenatchee Valley, excuse me, proper. But you can see the foothills. You can even make out Mission Ridge a little bit, can't you? In the upper right-hand corner of your screen, beautiful shot from Orondo Rock. Camera 3 is Billy Goat. Wow, look at that. It's like flying in an airplane, isn't it? Look at those low clouds and fog socking in over the Pateros, Bridgeport, Brewster area. Maybe my favorite camera is the Billy Goat camera because it's just so, it's way up there. It's 7,000 feet in elevation. That's just incredible. Great view from Billy Goat. Trust me, there are towns and a river down there, a couple of rivers actually. Camera 4, where are we going, Megan? We're going to go to Kashmir. That's the Appalachians camera. Beautiful Kashmir. Look how much brighter it looks there. You have all those lights, and of course you have the snow on the ground, and it kind of increases the intensity of the lights, and it looks like everybody is making their way from Kashmir to the Wenatchee Valley to begin their Friday of whatever it is that they'll be doing on this Friday. I'm assuming, like us, they'll be working real hard, bearing down and making it happen. So good morning, Kashmir. Thanks for starting your day with us here on the NCW Life Channel. All right, let's move forward. 4 minutes after the hour from the National Weather Service. Here's your forecast, and it looks something like this. There you go. Another round of mountain snow and valley rain is going to come later on tonight. Things are going to be kind of active, but all things considered, still temperatures above normal. Our normal high for this time of the year is about 35, and you can see we'll be above that. There's the system that's coming in from the southwest, so it's bringing some moisture with it and also bringing some mild air temperatures. So lots of clouds today. Just a slight chance of some light rain this afternoon, high of about 40. The rain is going to come down tonight. In fact, we could get some considerable rain, even up to 1/4 of an inch possible tonight. 34 for the overnight low, so we're not going to get below freezing. Saturday, partly sunny and a high of about 43 or so, mixture of clouds and sun, but we'll be on the optimistic side and say sunshine. Clouds return with an encore appearance on Saturday night, 32 for the overnight low. Sunday, slight chance of some light rain. Outside of that, just cloudy and a high of 39. MLK Day, Martin Luther King Jr. Day on Monday. A lot of people have that day off. It's going to be a beautiful day to see the sunshine again. It's been quite a while since we've had an extended period of sunshine. We get to this January weather, and this is what we typically get. But lots of sunshine Monday, and sunshine will be back on Thursday. All those afternoon high temperatures are definitely above normal. So if you don't like the snow, don't worry. By this time tomorrow, most of it will be not around anymore. A big snow melt coming our way with the rain and the warm temperatures and the sunshine. 6 minutes after the hour, take you up to the major mountain passes on this Friday. Hey, good news. The pass cameras are working again, too. It's good to see when everything's working right? It's a live shot of I-90. No advisories, no restrictions. Roadway pretty much bare and wet. Light rain coming down. No real issues. It looks like snow. That's not snow. That's actually rain on I-90. No advisories or restrictions there. Let's take you up to Stevens Pass at the summit. Live shot there. Traction tires are advised. Compact snow and ice on the roadway on US 2 Stevens. They have a rain-snow mix at the summit of Stevens Pass, so they have a traction tire advisory. And that compact snow and ice on the roadway is really the last 4 or 5 miles as you climb up to the summit and then head back down the other direction. That's really all you're dealing with there. Blue Pass, no advisories, no restrictions, nothing coming down from the sky. The roadway is pretty much bare and wet. You'll find some patches of snow and slush here and there on US 97 Blue. That's all you're dealing with. So my advice to you, blew it in the 990 if you're heading over to the Puget Sound area. So there you go. Stevens Pass is the only advisory we have right now with some compact snow and ice on the roadway. No advisories, no restrictions on Blewett or on Snoqualmie Pass. Just a couple of inches of snow in the forecast today. That's it. And then pretty good snow tonight. If you can avoid the mountain passes tonight, I recommend it. Anywhere from 5 to 9 inches of snow is in the forecast for the mountain passes tonight. 4 to 5 inches on I-90, upwards of 8 or 9 inches on Stevens Pass. And then a couple of inches on Saturday, then they dry out. And once they get to Saturday night into Sunday, really not a lot of precipitation in the major mountain passes. So the snow will be coming down later on this afternoon into the evening hours in the Cascades. It is 7 minutes after the hour. We're going to take a break. When we come back, your Friday morning news. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Live this morning from Studio 42 in downtown Wenatchee on the NCW Life Channel.
My name is Lacey Haggerty, and I'm a nurse midwife with Columbia Valley Community Health. I love all aspects of my job because it is a profession that's very committed to empowering women to make decisions in their health care that feel best for them. It's incredibly valuable to me as a midwife that I get to take care of women throughout their whole lifespan. I hope to see you at a future visit because I know you'll love having midwifery care.
Welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It is 9 minutes after the hour. We have low clouds and fog and 32 degrees. Cloudy today, high of about 40. Significant rain tonight into Saturday morning with temperatures above normal. Here's what's making news on this Friday. Yesterday morning, snowfall in the Wenatchee Valley made for a messy commute. Yesterday morning, it was a mess. Law enforcement officials responding to numerous accidents, none involving serious injuries. That's good news. Streets of Wenatchee especially troublesome, according to Captain Edgar Reinfeld of the Wenatchee Police Department.
So beginning about 7:30 this morning and continuing until roughly 8:30, our general morning commute time when traffic is busiest, we had a spate of accidents that were basically scattered throughout the city and related directly to overnights and this early morning sudden, wet, very actually slick snowfall. City of Wenatchee Public Works did a great job last night going out and getting the de-icing solution down, which is really effective where there's lesser accumulation. We got just enough this morning. It overwhelmed it for a while. and left conditions relatively slick as the city was out working to remediate that by plowing and sanding both. The plows went past my house very early this morning and woke me up. They were doing what they could, but it just came on quick. And actually, all the accidents this morning were effectively just vehicle versus vehicle, and or vehicle versus stationary property type stuff, and property damage only.
So that was in Wenatchee. And East Wenatchee, there were 7 accidents, none of them involving injuries. That's according to Officer Joe Hinkle. Chelan County Sheriff's deputies responded to 4 accidents yesterday morning, none serious. That's according to Jason Reinfeld of the Chelan County Sheriff's Office. The Washington State Patrol responded to numerous accidents, but again, no significant injuries were reported. This is according to Trooper John Bryant.
We actually fared pretty well. The majority of the collisions were in the Kittitas County area near Ellensburg. We had about 20 or so on Interstate 90 from the top of the pass down towards the Ellensburg area, mostly slide-offs, no injuries. Also on Interstate 82, which goes south of Ellensburg over what we call Menashtash Ridge, had a bit of snow up there, and that, again, we had a lot of folks just not prepared for the conditions and sliding off the roadway. No injuries. We had 11 collisions troopers respond to, so about 30 in Kittitas County. Up in the Wenatchee area, 13 collisions, no injuries. Most were non-reportable, meaning they didn't reach the damage of $1,000 the state considers for a reportable collision. No injuries, thankfully. Only a couple on State Route 2, and the rest were on Highway 97 and 97A.
2 East Mountain School District employees have been placed on administrative leave after a preschool student was left unattended on a school bus Wednesday after it had finished its route. In a news release, Superintendent Garn Christensen did not identify the employees other than to say that they worked in the transportation department. He said an investigation is underway and, quote, leaving a student on a bus is never acceptable, end quote, adding that safety is one of the district's highest priorities. We'll have more on this story tonight. A recent social media challenge called the Momo Challenge is creating concern throughout the country. Wenatchee School Superintendent Brian Flonez is urging parents to become aware of this challenge and monitor their children's use of social media and the internet. Flonez says the Momo Challenge is an online cyberbullying game targeting young kids and teenagers through Facebook and WhatsApp. It threatens children with violence if they don't commit potentially dangerous activities. Your child's school counselors and administrative teams are aware of this most recent social media and internet concern and will monitor the situation in their individual buildings. And you want to contact your child's school if you have any further questions. Former Wenatchee School District Board member Jennifer Talbot has been hired by the Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center as the organization's new full-time executive director. The center is a nonprofit organization that provides mediation services, training, and programs to assist people in the peaceful resolution of disputes while complementing the judicial system. She's been a part of the Wenatchee community for over 20 years. She recently earned her master's degree in organizational leadership with a concentration on servant leadership at Gonzaga University. Talbot will be working with the board and staff to support the conflict resolution program and further develop the vision and strategic plan of the organization. Well, Douglas County Superior Court Judge John Hotchkiss announced that he's going to be stepping down, retiring from the bench on the last day of March after a 20-year term as Douglas County's lone Superior Court judge. He announced his retirement in an interview with Wenatchee World. He said he's looking forward to spending more time with his family. Governor Jay Inslee will appoint a successor who will serve out the remainder of Hotchkiss's term that expires in 2020. An official at the governor's office said applications will be accepted through February 1st, and she reportedly told the World that the governor could name a successor prior to the retirement of Judge Hotchkiss. The Chelan County Bar Association will also provide the governor with their recommendations of potential qualified candidates. And that is the news at 15 minutes after the hour on this Friday morning. Pretty quiet Friday morning. No real problems with the commute. We like that. Don't forget the news. We'll come your way with Grant Olson at 5 o'clock and 10 o'clock, and in between our basketball games tonight. Yeah, Grant's doing double duty. He's got the news, and then he'll be courtside as we cover the Eisenhower Eastmont girls and boys basketball doubleheader tonight from the Eastmont Gymnasium. So you'll get your news from 5 to 5:30. Then you can watch the girls' game, and then between the girls' game and the boys' game, we'll cram in as much news as we possibly can, and then the news will air in its entirety one more time tonight at 10 o'clock. And, of course, you can always watch the news on demand late in the afternoon by going to our website at ncwlife.com, ncwlife.com. The news is posted right around 4:30 or 5, and You can sit there and enjoy it on your computer, on your tablet, on your smartphone, whatever the case may be. And don't forget, if you want to be a part of our team, you can do so. All you have to do is pick up the telephone and give us a call at the number that you see at the bottom of your screen. What are you doing, Megan? I can't see that, Megan.
Weekend events.
Oh, do we forget weekend events? Let's do it. You know what? We better do weekend events because Megan works really hard to put these together. So what's going on this weekend? A lot. Here you go.
Here's a look at what's on tap this weekend around the Wenatchee Valley. Lake Chelan Winterfest starts this weekend. This is a barrel of fun for everyone, a true event for the whole family. This Lake Chelan Chamber of Commerce event is 2 weekends filled with incredible ice sculptures, live music, wine tasting, ale tasting, activities for kids of all ages, a polar bear splash, massive beach bonfires, spectacular fireworks show, and much more. Bavarian Ice Fest is this Saturday and Sunday in downtown Leavenworth. The fun includes Ice Fest games like Frisbee Sweep, Ice Cube Scramble and Smooshing, snow sculptures, snowmobile sled pull, live ice carving, Stevens Pass Grom Playgrounds, snowball toss, and ice fishing. And the fun continues on Sunday with the Stevens Pass Grom Playground, snowshoe demo day at the ski hill, and a fireworks show. Bundle Up Fest and the Youth Sports and Activities Fair is this Saturday at Pybus Public Market from 10 to 2, hosted by the City of Wenatchee Parks and Recreation. Bundle Up Fest will include a 5K run for kids and adults, hay rides, s'mores, and a petting zoo. The Youth Sports and Activities Fair will have information about sports, dance, drama, and all things fun for kids in the Wenatchee Valley. Admission is free. Also Saturday is the Martin Luther King Multicultural Fest at the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center, happening from 10 to 3. Come to this free event to see booth displays of art, food, crafts, clothes, and pictures celebrating the rich cultures and diversity that make up our community. Live entertainment includes folkloric dance, martial arts, marimba, American folk music, and so much more. Kids of all ages can learn from and connect with the cultural traditions through arts and crafts. The City of Wenatchee's Diversity Council will present their annual Civil Rights and Social Justice Awards at 10 a.m. And finally, the Wenatchee Valley Empty Bowls Community Painting Party is this Sunday from 1 to 6 at Pybus Public Market. Wenatchee Valley Empty Bowls is an annual event designed to bring together the community through creative expression and hunger relief education. With a $10 donation to the North Central Washington Food Distribution Center, anyone can receive a blank bowl, and they will be given all the materials and instruction needed to personalize it with paint. For $35, a family can paint up to 5 bowls. Your bowl then gets a final layer of glaze and is fired into a finished masterpiece. Your donation includes admission into dinner at Wenatchee High School on March 2nd, where everyone will gather around a simple soup and bread dinner to work against hunger in our community. For more information on this weekend's events and others, visit the community calendar at ncwlife.com.
Man, that is a lot of stuff going on this weekend. I guess the holidays must be over. It is 18 minutes after the hour. Going to take a 1-minute break. When we come back, sports, the obscure holiday. Today in history, birthdays, everybody is entitled to Mike McNally's opinion, and our friends from the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center. Busy Friday. Don't go anywhere. You watch You Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
I'm Jenny Rojanasatian, and this is Guada TV. Every week, we will be bringing you a first look at North Central Washington business, tech, and education news. You'll hear from local influencers and innovators who live right here in the Valley. Together, we'll discuss hot topics, current events, and resources that can support your business, our schools, and this community. Join me every week, and let's get inspired.
Put winter weather in its place with a new Cub Cadet snow thrower from Rose Tractor. Hi, this is Corey. Let us help you get through the season with our line of Cub Cadet snow throwers. When it comes to snow, never let winter weather get in your way. The Cub Cadet X Series line of snow throwers offers 3 levels of snow clearing power and a host of award-winning models. Get ahead of the snow. Let us help you get into the right snow thrower for the job. Rose Tractor, family owned and operated, located at the corner of 3rd and Rock Island Road in East Wenatchee.
19 minutes after the hour on this Friday. Let's do sports. First of all, a lot of events that were supposed to happen last night didn't, but the Kashmir Bulldogs did get on the bus, and they headed on down to Royal City, and they lost to the Knights in the only game that was reportable last night. The final was Royal 70, Kashmir 59. A lot of events were not held yesterday because of difficult traveling conditions, but we know when they're going to be made up. Let's go through that list right now. The Wenatchee at Moses Lake Wrestling will now be held on January 23rd. The Wenatchee at West Valley Boys Swimming that was postponed yesterday will be held on January 24th, as will the Eastmont and Moses Lake Boys Swimming. That's been rescheduled for January 24th. And the Eastmont Moses Lake Bowling, which was supposed to take place at 2 o'clock yesterday, will take place at 2 o'clock today in Moses Lake. Now, we do have things that are happening tonight. We'll start up with girls basketball. Here's your weekend schedule. It is the Eisenhower Cadets and the Eastmont Wildcats. 5:45 is tip-off. We'll take to the air at about 5:30. Grant Olson with the play-by-play live right here on the NCW Live channel. Chelan takes on Kashmir in CTL action at 5:45 in girls basketball, and Sokonagan at Cascade at 5:45. Waterville Mansfield will be at Manson at 6 o'clock. That's girls basketball for tonight. Boys basketball for tonight looks something like this. Again, Eisenhower and Eastmont. That game will take place about 20 minutes after the conclusion of the girls' game. And again, if you can't make it to the gym, you can watch it right here on the NCW Live channel. Chelan is at Cascade. Okanagan at, Chelan is at Kashmir. Okanagan's at Cascade. Waterville Mansfield at Manson. Same schedule as the girls, just a little bit later. So that's tonight. Let's take a look at Saturday. Again, our cameras will be at Eastmont High School as the West Valley Rams come calling. They'll take on Eastmont in a girls-boys doubleheader. The girls get going at 5:45 tomorrow. Wenatchee just has one game this week. They're heading down to Yakima to take on Davis on Saturday. Aniad is at Riverside Christian at 12:30, and Waterville Mansfield travels to Pateras. That's girls basketball Saturday. Boys basketball Saturday. There's your schedule. Again, just like the girls, just a little bit later on. And again, a reminder, the West Valley and Eastmont boys basketball game tomorrow night, live right here on the NCW Live channel with a deeply tanned Eric Granstrom calling the action. Wrestling on Saturday, Wenatchee, Eastmont, and Cascade are heading down to the Prosser Invitational. It's a big event. There's about 20 teams down there. They'll start wrestling tomorrow morning. Boys swimming on Saturday. Wenatchee will host the 11 dive meet at the Wenatchee High School swimming pool. That starts at noon on Saturday. And, of course, the Wenatchee Wild have a big weekend. The Trail Smoke Eaters are in town for games tonight and tomorrow night. 7:05 is when they drop the puck. Here's our weekend sports broadcasting schedule, by the way. Write this down. Again, we got the Eisenhower and Eastmont girls boys basketball doubleheader at 5:45 tonight live with Grant Olson. Then the West Valley and Eastmont girls boys basketball header tomorrow at 5:45 tip with Eric Granstrom. And on also tomorrow at 2 o'clock, you can check out the Victoria at Wenatchee Wild hockey game from back on January 12th. And finally, of course, it's the NFL Conference Championship games on Sunday. The NFC Championship has the Rams at the Saints. 12:05 kickoff on Fox. It'll be followed by the AFC Championship, the Patriots and the Chiefs. 3:40 kickoff on CBS. And those are just some of the games that people are playing on this Friday morning. Hey, look at that. The sun's making an appearance. Isn't that kind of cool? Again, we're going to get some rain, though, later on today and tonight. At 23 minutes after the hour, the obscure holiday is Thesaurus Day. A thesaurus, which is an absolutely essential tool to anybody who writes a lot, because Peter Roget, the guy who wrote the original thesaurus, Roget's Thesaurus, was born in this state in 1779. If you love your synonyms, this is an absolute must-have. It improves your writing, there's no doubt about that. And believe it or not, the thesaurus is a pretty good read. I know it doesn't have a plot or anything like that, but I pick it up and just glance at it every once in a while. And it's an absolute must-have on almost any college student's bookshelf when they're in school. And if you don't have a thesaurus, get one. I like my thesaurus on paper because I can make notes and highlights and things like that. Happy Thesaurus Day today. We love our synonyms. Cinnamons. I feel like a roll. It's 24 minutes after the hour. Today in history. 241 years ago today, January 18th, 1778, James Cook is the first known European to discover the Hawaiian Islands. Oh, doesn't that look great this time of the year? The original name of the Hawaiian Islands, according to James Cook, he named them the Sandwich Islands. The Sandwich Islands. They changed it to the Hawaiian Islands, and for good reason. Hey, where are you going on vacation in February? I'm heading to the Sandwich Islands. That doesn't quite sound as good as the Hawaiian Islands, which James Cook stumbled across on this date 241 years ago today. 108 years ago today, this is not photoshopped. This is an actual photo of Eugene B. Ely, who landed his airplane on the deck of the USS Pennsylvania, docked in San Francisco Bay on January 18th, 1911. It was the first time ever that an airplane landed on a ship. It was a stunt, but it was a very popular stunt. Landing an airplane on a ship was challenging enough. They didn't get around to figuring out how to take off from a ship for a few more years, but Eugene B. Eli landed an airplane on a ship for the first time ever. That happened on this date 180 years ago. We're into the Super Bowl season, so we'll be celebrating anniversaries of various Super Bowls, including Super Bowl X, which was held 43 years ago today, January 18th, 1976. The Pittsburgh Steelers defeated the Dallas Cowboys in a very entertaining Super Bowl. The final was 21-17. The Super Bowl kicked off at 2 o'clock Eastern time. For the very last time, the NFL was very nervous that they would lose a lot of viewers because a lot of people would go to church services on Sunday evenings. So they kicked off the Super Bowl at 2 o'clock Eastern time. They don't do that anymore. This is the least penalized Super Bowl in history. The Cowboys had 2 penalties for 20 yards, and the Steelers were not penalized at all. And this was the first Super Bowl where the referee wore a wireless microphone so we could announce the penalties and other rulings to the crowd. Today is the 43rd anniversary of Super Bowl X. And finally, it's the 30th anniversary of Stevie Ray Morris. Stevie Wonder was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame at the Waldorf Astoria in New York City, January 18th, 1989, 30 years ago today. He was just 38 years old. He became, and still remains to this day, the youngest living person inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the legend Stevie Wonder. And finally, 26 minutes after, there are a bunch of birthdays. A.A. Milne was born in this state in 1882. We all associate A.A. Milne with Winnie the Pooh, but he was actually a playwright before he started writing the Winnie the Pooh series, and he was very well known as a playwright and a good writer. And then, of course, the huge success of the Winnie the Pooh series kind of overshadowed all of his previous works. A.A. Milne, born in this state in 1882, passed away in 1956 at the age of 74. Oliver Hardy was born in this state in 1892. Of course, one half of Laurel and Hardy, my favorite comedy duo of all time. Whenever I like to binge watch on the internet classic Laurel and Hardy movies. Of course, Oliver Hardy. There's a new movie out called Stan and Ollie. I gotta see it. I haven't seen it yet. It's on my list of things to do. Might even see it this weekend. The legendary comedian Oliver Hardy, born in this state in 1892. Cary Grant, speaking of legends, born in this state in 1904. He was English, of course, moved to America. Only Angels Have Wings, An Affair to Remember, and North by Northwest, among his many, many movies. Cary Grant, born in this state in 1904. And 3 living celebrities. Hargus Pig Robbins is 81 years old today. What has he done? He's played piano professionally for Dolly Parton, Connie Smith, Patti Page, Loretta Lynn, Kenny Rogers, George Jones, Bob Dylan, Neil Young, John Hartford, Alan Jackson, Merle Haggard, Roger Miller, David Allan Coe, Mo Bandy, George Hamilton IV, and Conway Twitty. The guy plays a pretty mean piano. He's inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame. Hargus Pig Robbins, who was blind at the age of 4. This guy can tickle the ivories. He's 81 years old today. He's a legend. Kevin Costner is 63 years old today. The Untouchables, Bull Durham, Field of Dreams, Dances with Wolves, JFK, Robin Hood, The Bodyguard, Tin Cup, and, unfortunately, The Postman. Kevin Costner is 63 years old today. And a belated 86th birthday to Yaya. There she is. Hi, Yaya. We love that woman. Yaya, happy birthday. She's 86 years old today and doing good, I might add. Actually, she's 86 yesterday. It was a belated birthday. 29 minutes after there, I'm going to take a break. When we come back, everybody is entitled to Mike McNally's opinion. And then my conversation with Kristin Lodge and Ashley Sinner for the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center. It's a don't miss interview. It's coming up. You're watching Mike Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life Channel.
What's your Automocha emergency?
It's a Frappuccino mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate Frappuccino.
Definitely the espresso shakes.
My favorite is the mocha Frappitas.
A peach Red Bull.
Walkabout Grill, open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner in downtown Wenatchee and now downtown Leavenworth, where eating out is eating healthy.
Hi, I'm Kevin Prosser, and this is my print shop, Color FX in Cashmere. Color FX offers screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing on t-shirts, jerseys, bags, banners, signs, and more. With 30 years experience, you won't be disappointed with the quality and quick turnaround times you will get at more than a fair price. Please call Color FX.
Antique Mall at Cashmere wishes you a happy and prosperous new year. With 15,000 square feet to explore, Antique Mall at Cashmere has something for everyone. For repurposing projects, do-it-yourselfers, and those with a keen eye for making something old fresh and new again, this is the place to find your next project. Antique Mall at Cashmere, their friendly staff is here to help you. Stop on by today.
When Mike leaves town, it's a little scary. You never know who might be outside. But we feel safer inside knowing our home is being monitored by a local company. I can check our alarm from just about anywhere. So when we get home, I know it's safe.
Protect your family and save money with a local company. Switch your current security monitoring to Guardian Services from LocalTel. Call Guardian Security from LocalTel now or visit localtel.net to learn more.
Since 1932, Camp Seneca, nestled on the beautiful shores of Lake Wenatchee, has provided children grades 1 through 12 with the ideal location for kids to learn new skills, have fun, and make friends while creating memories that will last a lifetime. Camp Seneca's rustic log cabins and their staff serve to provide each group a unique summer camp experience. Register for Camp Seneca today, www.campfirencw.org.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnati, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, I used to say I love to travel, but recently, after a trip to Taiwan to see my son, I realized I hate to travel. Now, look, I do love being other places, but that's different than traveling. Being other places means new food, new experiences, new cultures to experience and get used to, and new stuff to see and learn about. Now, hey, I do love that. But travel means getting there, and that means long lines at airports, those TSA guys requiring me to submit the extra personal searches of my person, security people stealing my toothpaste because the tube is larger than 3 ounces, and travel means trying to be comfortable in the torture chambers that airlines call economy class. Oh yeah, I love to be places. I just hate the traveling part. Now, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnati, and that's my opinion.
It's estimated that 1/3 of Americans do not have a financial plan. At D.A. Davidson, their advisors are working to change that because they understand the importance of planning for the future. At D.A. Davidson, they believe in partnering together to build a strategy tailored to your needs. They spend the time and have the knowledge to help keep your financial future on track. Let D.A. Davidson Financial Advisors of Wenatchee put the strength of advice to work for you.
If you're stuck trying to find the perfect beer for you, look no further than Badger Mountain Brewing. We specialize in creating tantalizing craft beers that will soothe any picky taste buds and will satisfy your cravings. Check out everything from our amazing honey blonde that will appease even the most finicky taster, or a delicious frothy stout for dark beer lovers. Experience them all at Badger Mountain Brewing.
I'm Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. At Alpine Air, we think of ourselves as customer service-oriented retailers. When you make an appointment, please visit our store, meet our people, see our shop. We are serious about heating and air conditioning. Carrier and Alpine Air are offering huge factory rebates and financing options for all your needs. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call for your free replacement estimate. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
Only one country
could build a truck like this. Designed in California, engineered in Michigan, tested in Arizona, and assembled in Mississippi. Powered by Cummins of Indiana. The all-new Nissan Titan. It's an American classic. Is it on your list? Come down and see us at Town Nissan behind Costco in East Wenatchee.
I love it when Ashley Center sends me an email and says, "What's going on, Dan? How you doing, Dan? Can I bring somebody from the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center on?" And I go, "Ashley, of course you can." She has an open invitation, and she is back again. And she brought a guest who is not a stranger to this program. In fact, last time Kristin Lodge was on this program, she was here to talk about the PIBUS Foundation, of which she is a board member. But the reason that Kristin Lodge is joining us this morning is that she's got a new gig, and by golly, it's with the museum. Isn't it funny how all these things work out? Isn't it?
It's true.
It
Small world.
Ashley sitting on my far left, and Kristin Lodge with her brand new gig. You are now the Director of Development and Communications.
Yes.
How did you get it? Did they recruit you? Did you see something in the want ads and the nickel? What? How did this whole thing come together?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
I am just thrilled and honored to be a part of the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center, and I've got a great team that I've joined of really dedicated employees and talented volunteers, and I'm really excited about what's going on there. It's fun to be a part of such a fundamental community nonprofit.
So what exactly does the Director of Development and Communications do? What's your job? What's your day-to-day?
Great question.
Thank you.
I work with a team of PR, outreach, digital communications, membership management, and fundraising special events. So I've got a wide range of community activities. I'm just really excited to partner with the educational programs team and help support fundraising and communications. Get the word out about what a wonderful place it is at the museum. There's always something fun going on there.
Always. How did this Ashley, help me out. This position already existed in two different positions? You combined it into one? How did that?
Over the last couple years, there has been different forms, I guess, of the position, and we have in the past had a development director, and for the last, well, for pretty much all of 2018, that position was vacant until we got our new director, Kenny, on board, and even before her first day, I think she posted the new position so that she could get that position hired first thing when she came on.
Mm-hmm. Has it been? I know you've only had the job since January 3rd. Is it a good fit so far?
It's a great fit. Yes,
Okay.
I'm passionate about community, the Wenatchee Valley area. Born and raised here, so glad to be back here. I'm really excited about education and celebrating diversity, and it just feels like a really good fit for my passions and interests and the awesome things that the museum's doing to serve our community.
What I'm sure when you sat down and you did your interview with Kenny that you said, "Hey, I got some ideas. There's some things I'd really like to do to raise the profile of the museum and really bring it up to the next level." What are some? Are you bubbling over with ideas?
Absolutely.
Is there some things you could talk about? Or
So fun to sit down with Kenny and to dream big about what the museum can be. I think one of the things that really attracted me to the position is that Kenny has a very open mind. We want to learn what the community needs from the museum. And sure, we've got big dreams and big ideas about STEM and enrichment and education and celebrating culture and diversity, and those are the pillars, preservation, those are the pillars of the museum, and we will continue to serve that. But we're really excited to ask the question, what does the community need and how can we serve?
What would you tell somebody who say, "I've lived here for 20 years, never set foot in the museum. I know it's there. I drive by it every day.
Sure.
Never been in it." Get them to get in there. What do you tell
We
them?
would just love to invite everyone to come experience the museum. This weekend there's a really amazing free event where we're celebrating culture and diversity at the Multicultural Fest. But first Friday, every first Friday of the month is free, where you can come in and check out the museum. There are amazing exhibits that are a part of the permanent collection there that are pillars of our community and our shared heritage. There's really fun, exciting featured and rotating exhibits too. So there's always something new to experience there, and just a fun way to engage.
I've told Ashley this before. It's one of my favorite stories. I got friends who moved to Wenatchee and say, "Okay, I think this is going to be my home," and what do we do? What's the the first thing I said to them, I said, if you're going to call this place home, go to the museum, learn about this place, because that's what you do.
Yeah, I agree.
And so far it works.
Good.
It works. Ashley, how does your job and Kristin's job overlap?
That's a good question. We're still working it out.
Still trying to figure that out?
Yeah.
Ashley is the Outreach and Public Relations Coordinator. So it seems to me
I have a fantastic team of communications, membership, and development fundraising staff that I get to work with, and it's just going to be a lot of fun.
Do you agree with that, Ashley?
Yes, I do. We're happy that she's here. We're happy to collaborate together to fulfill our mission.
Mm-hmm. And let's get some people joining as members, like fully fledged card-carrying members of the museum.
There are some really exciting benefits. I would not be saying that if I didn't think it was something that people really benefit from, but they get passes where you can go visit museums around the country and things that are local to us and nearby, like the Pacific Science Center, and awesome perks of being a member, being able to engage in our museum and our activities and other fun stuff going on too.
Where do the ideas come from for the new exhibits? As you mentioned before, there are permanent exhibits that are always there in the same location, and you got to check them out because they're really cool. And then you bring in rotating stuff. You bring in an exhibit for 6 weeks, and then it goes away, another one comes in. What are those ideas? So y'all sit around and go, hey, we've never done an exhibit on this thing or this person or this slice of the Wenatchee Valley history. How does that happen?
Casey Koski is our exhibits director, and she works with our curator of collections, and they have, obviously researched the history of Wenatchee. A lot of the times, Casey, I think on almost all her exhibits, she partners with people in the community. So if you have an idea on this would make a really great exhibit, then talk to Casey, because then she can work with you on like the music history of Wenatchee exhibit we had a couple years ago.
That was last summer or 2 summers ago?
A couple winters ago.
Yeah, I remember that. Cool,
and she used some outside people to help her collaborate with her on that. So it's a lot of community involvement, and also just like this spring we have Remembering Apple Blossom coming up because it's the 100th year of the Apple Blossom Festival. So we tie it into other things that are going on in the community as well.
I was talking to our curator of collections this morning, who said that what we have showcased at the museum is about 1% of our collections.
Wow.
So it is such a fun opportunity for us to kind of rotate through all the amazing things that we're working to store and preserve and protect, but to really celebrate and share that with the community. So fun.
I have one more question before we take a break, and when we come back we'll be talking about the events of January 19th. But before we get that, I talked about this too. I love it when I go down the street and I see the school buses out in front of the museum, which means the kids are making a field trip. Who coordinates that? Who calls up the individual schools and say, hey, you guys haven't been down here for a while? Or,
such a good
or
question.
do the schools call you guys?
We have a fantastic educational programs team that work just absolutely tirelessly to support kids in our community with free access. We are always looking for support for those programs. People that are willing to help donate to bus school kids in and provide and help us partner with that access. But we have just phenomenal people that work really hard to make that possible.
It gives me the warm fuzzies, but then again, I'm a sentimental goofball. So we're going to take a break. Saturday, January 19th is the 16th annual Martin Luther King Jr. Multicultural Fest. Guess where it's going to be held at? We'll talk about that when we come back. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life Channel.
Lakeshland Mailboxes is a small place with a lot to offer. Job one is shipping and receiving from A to Z. They pack it, they label it, they ship it. But did you know we also offer notary service, online computer access, legal forms, copies, greeting cards, and of course, mailboxes. Schland Mailboxes, everything you need in one small package.
Dear Mary Maids, just got home from a trade show and I didn't have time to pick up the house. Kids made chili. Jeff did a mud run. Oh, and Winston shredded Teddy's bed. Again, please clean it the best you can. Oh, except for the statue Max made for me. Thanks, Abby.
Hi, Abby. Clean kitchen, clean bath, clean floor. Naughty cat. Poor Teddy. The statue is precious. You should keep it forever. See you next time, Merry Maids.
I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCW Life channel.
I'm Eric Grandstrom with NCW Life Sports.
I'm NCW Life News Director Steve Hare.
Catch us on LocalTel Channel 12.
You can watch us on Charter Channel 19 or stream us live on ncwlife.com.
Follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook.
Where we cover the local high schools, the Wenatchee Wild, and the pro teams out of Seattle.
On Saturday, we have a 90% chance of rain.
Catch it all right here on the NCW Life channel.
Did you know that dental disease is the #1 illness affecting a pet's health? Bacteria from the mouth gets carried into your pet's blood and can affect the heart, lungs, and kidneys. By age 3, nearly 75% of pets have some form of dental disease. Dr. Shauna Bass and the staff at Paws and Claws Veterinary Hospital care about your pets, and good dental care can help your pet live a long and happy life. Learn how to clean your pet's teeth or see what Paws and Claws can do to keep your pet smiling by calling 888-PAWS or see us on the corner of 4th and Island, East Wenatchee.
And we are back here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. What are you doing on Saturday? You got anything going on? What you should be is at the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center for the, this has got to be a misprint actually. It says the 16th annual Martin Luther King Multicultural. They've done 15 of these already.
That's what I found in my research on the event. So yes, this would be the 16th one.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah, it's really exciting to be a part of the history of Wenatchee too.
So talk about the program on Saturday. It's jam-packed. You got lots of things happening.
Oh my gosh, so if you haven't been before, it is a really exciting day. It's a free day at the museum. You get to come at the very beginning. We have an opening where we do a sing-along of We Shall Overcome as a community, and then the mayor comes to present, and this is the 13th year they have presented the Civil Rights and Social Justice Awards from the city of Wenatchee. So we partner with them, and your brother will be there to do the presentation and make those awards, and then the rest of the day is just full. The stage is full of entertainment, all sorts of folkloric dancing. There's musicians from the Eastmont, the marimba groups are going to be there to play.
We did a profile on them on our magazine show. They're really good.
Really good, yeah. So that's exciting. We have some mariachi dancers, we have Irish dancers, we have some Celtic harp and flute music, we have Native American dancers and musicians. And so it's just a really exciting, fun day from 10 to 3. We have food at lunchtime. We will be serving India House food as long as we have food. As long as it lasts, we will serve you lunch. And throughout the museum, we have about 19 different community groups, whether they're individuals or organized groups that come in, and they have tables, display tables of their own heritage and culture that they want to share. So there's Mexico and Guatemala, and there's Ireland and Ghana and Ethiopia, and they're all people here locally, and they're there to share the culture. The Wenatchee tribe will be there, representatives from there will be there, displays of baskets and instruments. There'll be clothes, there'll be foods. The Sons of Norway always come, and they have food that they share. There's going to be Ethiopian bread you can try. It's just lots of fun. There's children's hands-on activities, so they can make a Dala horse craft, I think it's called, and then there's some clay, some Guatemalan clay art that they can do in Coyote's Corner. So it's just, the whole museum is just full. Kids receive, because of the City of Wenatchee's partnership, we get to take their picture and put it in a passport for them, and as they go around the museum to each of the booths, they get their passport stamped with a sticker from that country or culture. So it's just a really great celebration of heritage and diversity, and I'm really excited about it.
A lot of people don't know how diverse the Wenatchee Valley is, but there are people from all over the world who decided to call this place home, and that's cool.
It is cool.
It is really cool. The award recipients, do they know in advance that they're going to be getting a plaque?
Yes.
Okay, so they do.
We have to invite them, so yes, they are coming and they will be there.
Cool. This sounds like it was an organizational challenge, logistic-wise. Who's in charge of this? Is this you and everybody? I mean, how many?
I am the lead, but it's definitely a whole museum collaboration, and we work with all the departments to put the whole thing on because it's very complex.
Awesome partnership with community
and the Chelan PUD, I should mention, is also a sponsor. So thanks to the City of Wenatchee and Chelan PUD, we're able to put it on.
And Ashley, how much does this cost?
It's free for you to attend.
There you go. See, that's simple enough. That's simple enough. It's a great time to get to know your museum. You need to get to know your museum on a regular basis. This is a full slate of stuff. I'm excited about this. Yeah, except for apparently from 2 to 2:20, TBD will be performing.
Actually,
on the stage.
we have it all set. That was last week.
Last week's
last minute.
Because I love TBD. They're good. Yeah.
We have Dream as a Team and Parque Padrinos, and a pre-Columbian musician. Samuel Becerra from the Tri-Cities is coming up. He has a project called South in the North, and so he will perform. And then it's the Tuzui Peru, which are Peruvian dancers that were students previously at Central Washington University. So
sounds like you need to put aside some time with all the things that are going on and food and
you don't
all
want
that
to miss
stuff.
out.
Yeah, at least a couple hours is what I would pencil in on that. And again, it's pretty much all day on Saturday. It starts at 10. And it wraps up about 3-ish, but the cops are going to come and throw you out. Don't worry about it. These things have a tendency to go longer than scheduled anyway.
It's a lot to celebrate.
Yes, and we're open until 4, so we'll certainly be there till 4.
Anything else that's on your mind, Kristin? While I have you here, one last message for our viewers on your new gig.
Oh, thank you. That's so nice. I want to thank you for partnering with us to help us get the word out. There are just amazing things going on at the museum, and all these partnerships that we're able to form for the Multicultural Fest. We're just excited to celebrate diversity, and we want to thank you for having us on and helping us get the word out.
Yeah, you're one of the half dozen organizations that can come on whenever they want. They have no limitation.
Thank
and
you.
they actually take me up on that.
That's right.
So, and besides, I love going to the museum because I walk in the front door and I go over to the old post office boxes and I say, hey, my key doesn't work. You can't go wrong with a good joke like that. Good luck with your new gig, all right?
Thank you.
And have fun on Saturday.
Thank you.
We will.
Yes,
All
thank
right,
you.
and we'll see you soon?
Yes,
Okay,
well, I'll be
absolutely.
back.
The Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center, be there on Saturday. You'll be glad you did. This is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere.
Hi, Justin here, owner of Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere. Club Crow is your place for famous blues, brews, and barbecue. We are your one-stop bar and grill, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Looking for a fun night out? Join us at Club Crow Saturday nights. We have live bands to rock the night away. Club Crow is bringing comedy to Cashmere. Check out our Facebook page for upcoming dates. Live jam session first Sunday of every month. Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere, the coolest place in town.
There's no substitute for the power of cable TV advertising. With Solion Cable TV Advertising, you can reach your target audience right here in North Central Washington. We understand their viewing habits and can precisely target your customers on great cable networks like these. Call Solion Broadcasting today and let us show you how to put your business message right in front of thousands of prospects at a very affordable price. Solion Broadcasting, 509-888-2020.
Hey everyone, Fletcher and Amy Ellington here from Live It Up. In the investment world, ROI stands for Return on Investment. Well, how does better health, better wealth, and better relationships sound for ROI? Join us every week right here on NCW Life and learn how to invest in the most important asset, you.
We're going to answer your questions and provide some weekly inspiration so you can create a life that you love. Join us on Live It Up.
Highlander Golf Course is proud to announce their 2 new state-of-the-art full-swing golf simulators with over 80 courses of virtual golf to choose from year-round. Or try their Laser Shot simulated firearm program, or gaming with football, basketball, and much more. Enjoy Highlander food and drink service from their full-service bar and grill in the comfort of their simulator room. Call the Highlander Pro Shop to book your time at 884-4653. That's 884-4653.
Hey everyone, did you know that the NCW Life channel is North Central Washington's go-to source for news? No matter how you prefer to view your news, NCW Life has you covered. Watch the evening news weeknights on TV, stream it, read it at ncwlife.com, or catch the latest news by following us on Facebook. Stay informed with local news, sports, weather, and shows featuring local people and events. NCW Life, a reflection and a spotlight of the communities we call home.
And we are back live here from Studio 7 in downtown Wenatchee on what's turning out to be a very beautiful Friday morning. Look at that. Sun's coming up. We got a beautiful purplish sunrise, which has been going on for about 10 minutes now. And no snow at all, unlike yesterday. In fact, while we have the time, let's go ahead and take a look at your forecast one more time from the National Weather Service. Pretty quiet today. The forecast is calling for mostly cloudy skies. Right now, it's kind of partly cloudy, so it isn't really too bad. It's 32 degrees right now, but they say mostly cloudy skies. Not a lot of sunshine. High today of about 40. There is going to be another system that's going to pay us a visit tonight. It's bringing warm air and quite a bit of moisture from the southwest, and that means we're going to get some rain tonight. It's going to start coming down late in the afternoon, early evening hours, and it's going to spill into early Saturday morning. Upwards of 1/4 inch of rain is possible. That means a lot of snow melt tonight. Overnight low of about 34. Saturday, mixture of clouds and sun. We're going to call it partly sunny because I'm always an optimist. 43 our high on Saturday. Saturday night, mostly cloudy, slight chance of some light rain, 32 for the overnight low. Sunday, mostly cloudy, 39. Maybe a stray raindrop mixed with snow at times. Early Sunday morning, I wouldn't bet on it. Martin Luther King Jr. Day. A lot of people have that day off. In fact, for a lot of people, it's going to be a 3-day weekend. And it's going to be a very nice day indeed. 39 degrees, quite a bit of sunshine, beautiful day to get outside and soak up your vitamin D while you can this time of the year. By the time we get to Tuesday, back to clouds and chance of rain. High of about 40 degrees, and as you can see for the rest of the week of next week, it's kind of just sort of there. Temperatures, the one consistent that you see across the board, all of those temperatures are above normal. Our normal high for this time of the year is about 35 or 36 degrees. So the big story this weekend is going to be the rain tonight into early Saturday morning, but no complaints at all there. So that's your forecast. Let's take you up to the major mountain passes on this Friday. Things are pretty quiet right now. On I-90, no advisories, no restrictions. They have a rain-snow mix right at the summit, and that's really about it. The roadway is bare and wet. And on Snoqualmie Pass, no advisories, no restrictions. Take a live shot at Stevens Pass. They still have the traction tire advisory up. It's been up for a few hours now. Light snow coming down. Looks like the plows have made some good progress up there at the summit of Stevens Pass, but they do have a traction tire advisory with compact snow and ice on the roadway. And again, it's snowing, but not real hard on Stevens Pass. Blewett Pass, yeah, no problems at all. Nothing coming down out of the sky on US 97 Blewett. There's a live shot of the summit there. No rain, no snow, just overcast. No advisories, no restrictions. Blewett is pretty much bare and wet. So the only advisory on the board right now is Stevens Pass with the traction tire advisory. No advisories or restrictions on either Snoqualmie or Blewett Pass. And the forecast for today is pretty quiet. A couple of inches of snow, that's it. Snow level is going to be at about 3,500 feet, but it's going to snow tonight quite a bit. Overnight tonight into early Saturday morning, if you're traveling over the mountain passes, you're going to have winter driving conditions. About 4 to 5 inches of snow expected tonight on I-90. Closer to 8 or 9 inches of snow is in the forecast for Stevens Pass tonight. And that's going to spill into Saturday where a couple more inches of snow is in the forecast. And then just like the Wenatchee Valley, they are going to dry out as well. So there you go. If you want to avoid the snow in the major mountain passes, now would be a good time to go. But if you're traveling late this afternoon into the evening hours, you will find winter driving conditions. Programming reminder, we got live high school basketball not only tonight, but tomorrow. Our cameras will be at Eastmont's Gymnasium for both games. The Eisenhower Cadets are in town for a girls-boys doubleheader. We'll take to the air at about 5:30. Grant Olson with the play-by-play. So the girls, they tip off at about 5:45, and the boys about 20 minutes afterwards with the news between the two games. And then tomorrow, we're right back at it at Eastmont High School with the West Valley Rams in town to take on the Wildcats. Again, we'll take to the air at about 5:30 or so. Everybody have yourself a fantabulous weekend. We'll see you Monday. Take care. Bye-bye.